Good morning. Thank you so much for tuning in on my channel, Creating in the Waiting. Today we are taking our scraps and turning them into clusters. So here I have a scrap bin of my papers, and I have a little bin of my scrap laces from clusters that, I cut the pieces to. And I decided to go ahead and turn my camera on for these. And these are going to be going in my purple journal, so I'm trying to keep them pretty purple-ish. So yeah, that's what I have for you today. Just trying to make some beautiful little pieces that we can use in our journal. Just gonna be kind of layering this. That's cute. I do like that. I'm gonna go ahead and sew mine together. Kind of talk about what was going on this weekend, or what happened this weekend. It was Mother's Day. I hope all the mothers out there, whatever form you're a mother in, whether it be to a fur baby, a baby, whatever you are nurturing of, I hope you had a very happy Mother's Day. So I am trying to be more aware of using, well, I really wish that stitch didn't go there, but what's going to happen is I'll probably put a little embellishment there, but you have a little cluster like that. And I know the kind of size that I want these to be because I have my cute little paper clips that I am wanting to pop these on. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this one on. This paper clip. But in saying using up our scraps, so a couple things. So in my Facebook group we do Savage Cinema, and that is on Saturdays, where anybody can go live and share a project, what's on your desk. The only rule is that this is literally the only event that I do like this, is that it's not promotional. It's strictly hop on, let's just have some fun. What are you doing? And I did my Savage Collage art, which is another event that my wonderful mod Lori is hosting. And she is giving us something that's so cute. I'm gonna pop a little eyelet in there. But yeah, that's beautiful. I'm actually probably gonna maybe go through and embellish both sides of those, but for now, that's good. She is giving us something different each week to collage, and this week it was signature inserts. I turned mine into a cover. So basically I used, and I'm going to be doing another one. I'll probably hop on and do this with you guys maybe tomorrow. I took this Amazon package and I got 2 out of this. My lovely friend Shirley in my Facebook group sent me a random act of kindness of glues. So I got my favorite glue and I got my package too, and I love the sound of that, and it's just the right thickness for me for this project especially. So I'm offering just enough of that softness I like, but it's not too puffy. Anyway, I used my scrap pieces to create this entire journal, and I just popped one of my altered collage index cards onto the journal and made it a cover. So super cute. Did this in my Facebook group. I'll probably come over and do one with you guys, but head on over to my Facebook group, which I will link in the description box below. Okay, so and then the other thing we are doing is my flip-flop journal. I did the base with you guys, but over in my Facebook group, I actually put my signatures together and sewed around all of the pages. So I would love to have you guys over there doing our 2,500 member giveaway as well. So that's going on also. But this is kind of what we're playing with today. Just these little cluster pieces. And I have this little circle one over here because I might make, it was number 1 in my scrap bin. And I was like, oh, there you are. Hi. Went ahead and pulled it just in case I wanted to make one of my little shabby clusters, I feel like this would actually probably be good as a longer one, a start to one. Look, my little corner hugger's tucked in there because I know I'm gonna want it to plop on that. Now I'm waiting to get some purple tulle, so these are not gonna go on here just now. I'm just gonna make the cluster piece that's gonna go on top of it. I'm gonna do like a shaggier little running strip down at the bottom. So that's kind of what we're gonna be playing with this one. Maybe just pull in some different laces. Definitely want some of this purple coming through. I don't have any more of that dark purple that you saw as a closure. That was literally the only piece, and I'm gonna use that entire piece for my closure. I got these laces right here, those purple ones from Two Sister Jam. Some of these I get from Joann's, but a majority of them are Two Sisters, so. I really need to decide what word I'm going to want to go on there, and I'm going to want it to be a longer one, so it's going to be like Memories or the My Life one that I have pulled over here. Let's go with Memories so I don't continue to have to dig. I really don't like the edges being so blunt, so I just try to make them look kind of, just kind of tattered, but not really tattered, because that's hard for me to do sometimes. Trying to just find like a white piece of cheesecloth. I like layering my cheesecloths more so kind of than really anything else. Oh, here's a piece. I really just want to make this really just kind of messy. I'm really wondering what some of this pink would look like. Just kind of a little pop of pink, you know? I want to set this on here and kind of see what it looks like. I'm going to have some purple tulle. I'm not liking that purple back there. It's like too big and blunt looking. And this lace is like very soft and kind of elasticy, so it would kind of be hard for me to hold and then kind of tear, or else I would really want to do that. And I'm just kind of really wanting a pop of this. Then I'm gonna have more clustering going on down at the bottom. So I'm okay with that, I'm happy with that. Gonna have some tulle up there. So I'm gonna go ahead and sew this one together. These would just be pretty plopped onto a page. So you have this one. Just gonna plop them all up there as we do them. And then once you kind of get your method going, those are the same laces. I'm gonna maybe try to tear this and see if it works. I cut that a little too much to try to tear. Okay, it tore. Now if I tear that, that'll... yeah, that didn't work. Now, when I go through and kind of do it like that, it'll start to want to curl it up, and I don't really want that to happen. So we'll stop there. We'll stop while we're ahead. Let's pull in some of these little pieces. I think I might actually even pull in maybe one of these. I had this little quote. I printed another one because I thought I had misplaced it. So maybe we could just turn this into a cluster and put it on our like little collage index card or something. These are just good to have kind of made up already. If you don't have the little fabric ones, you can use stamping. So sometimes it's easier for me whenever I'm doing my cheesecloth to kind of lay it behind the piece and cut it. Just so I kind of know the size that I'm going for. Kind of wanting that at an angle. Again, not really trying to overthink this, but I tend to then let that happen. So trying to get better with not overthinking it so much. I had Hope kind of already frayed up, so let's use Hope. Try to get a pop of that somewhere. If I had a piece of that like little scrappy snip made, I'm just now seeing how that would be super helpful, because then I would have that running strip to kind of pop up underneath also. My gosh, I'm not wanting it angled so much like that, and it keeps going like that. So this is tea stain cheesecloth. I get my tea stain and my unbleached cheesecloth from Huckleberry Sky. Now I say that every time I use my cheesecloth, but I'm not sure, you know, if you are watching this one and you haven't watched the other ones, then you might want to know. So I'm just kind of offering that information for you. So shop on Etsy. I don't know the Etsy shop owner. I just really love her stuff. So that is where I get my cheesecloth from, and she ships super fast, so I really like her stuff. I get the 90 grade cheesecloth. She has different weights, so the grade is literally just the thickness of the cheesecloth, you know, where it's how it's kind of has those, how it'll like help it to fray or not fray. And this is the middle grade that she offers, and this is the one that I like the best. I am so feeling like I could use a bigger, a bigger piece of something right there instead. I'm hoping that I have something. But I mean, that piece is like literally not working, and I keep trying to make it work since it was already torn in right there. These are literally coffee filters that I've torn up. Either I didn't like the way the embossing came out because it was debossed. I didn't have my embossing folder in the right way. It's just getting a pop of something else back there. I am wanting some of that color, but that is just not the piece I'm looking for. Well, this kind of turned into something that I didn't want it to turn into, which was something that was literally going to take me all day long. No, that's just not working for me. We're going to drop that whole, we're just not going to continue to try to make that piece work. I'm going to go ahead and sew this together so I don't keep messing with it. I like it. It's cute. It will have an embellishment on it also. So I'm going to rock with this. It's called Making a Decision and Moving On. This little piece here, I can use a different word, I think, and maybe do it as the base and then do a bigger music sheet or something behind it. I was just so determined to use that piece because it was right there. I avoided collages and clusters for a while because it's something that I struggle with. but unless you develop and try to work on that skill, it's never going to develop. You're not ever going to get any better. So, I mean, that's cute. Now, let's just pick up these pieces from right here. And see what we can do with these. Now this purple lace is not as thin as what I would want it to be. So it is causing a little bit more bulking than what I would typically like want. I do like that. Something else needs to go on though. Maybe even some of this white cheesecloth. Yeah. I'm gonna pop it on the base of a paper clip and see. I'm feeling like I need some cheesecloth up underneath this paper and the lace, honestly. So I'm trying to get better at using my paper and my laces together. And I try to not, if you don't sew, just glue each piece down. And the way that I would do that is, I mean, I literally go back and forth, so I don't typically glue my pieces down until I have put the cluster together and then seen what it's going to look like, and then I would glue. Then you can come here with like a doily and a button or a flower, a bow, an applique, whatever, you know, suits you. So I'm gonna go with Believe since it's right here. This journal is kind of all about that. I made up some special library cards, so I went over this, how I do this, but I take my blank library card that I have a template for, print those templates out, and they're blank, and then I run them back through my printer with a quote, an image, or something on them, so I make all of those. But they say things like bloom from within, grow in love, bloom where you're planted, things like that. So I feel like these words that I'm using are kind of very fitting for the vibe of the journal. She does not have a face yet. I haven't really found what I'm looking for, I think. Like, and I don't really know what I'm looking for. I'll know once it happens, I think. It's definitely probably gonna go on a corner hugger, and I'm feeling some of this. And I really want to use some corrugated cardboard. I'm wondering if I want a bigger piece. If be able to see it. I mean, you can't really see it for the bulking that it's doing. Corrugated cardboard for the journal cover, on the journal cover, like a topper. Just trying to lay those pieces kind of how I feel like I want them. Don't really know why I cut that. It's not going to work. And I'll put those back where they need to go in a second. Maybe I'm wanting this underneath this. Oh, I do like that a lot, actually. Let's go with that. Maybe a piece up there. I'm gonna try to sneak in some of this purple, but I'm gonna sew this together. Everything looks different once it's sewed together and you have that stitching for another added interest, as well as color pop. I just feel like it changes the entire look. I feel like clusters, and no offense to anyone who doesn't sew, I didn't sew. I taught myself how to sew, and it's pretty recent actually. But they just look very different. So you have a cluster like that. That's very, very pretty. I like that a lot. Let's see the way it would look kind of on a corner hugger. I would find a way to make that fit, or it would be cute on a paper. It would actually be cute on a corner hugger. So then I would maybe pop it on a corner that, I don't know why I felt like, oh, I can put it upside down. I'm okay with this popping out at the top. I'm gonna have more stuff down there, or it could go, you know, on a wider paper clip. It could go directly onto your page. I like it so much on a paper clip. Yeah, what I'm gonna do is go ahead and actually glue that down. I like it on the paper clip. I'm having a hard time envisioning those. Well, not really envisioning, but I'm wanting to do the entire corner hugger, and I don't want to do that without my tulle on there. And I do want some purple tulle. As you can see, down to the nitty-gritty with my three-in-one. Making sure, you know, of course I'm putting it the right way because it is a tab paper clip. I put too much glue right there, but it's fine. It'll dry and be okay. So making sure, because the bottom is down here and the tab is up here. And if I wanted to do a little eyelet with a charm dangle, I could do that. But then you have your little paper clip. I'll scruff that. I'm actually probably going to cut that some to where it's it was too hangy. I like them hanging, but then it was also too blunt of a cut. So let's maybe come here with our, these make beautiful side strips also. Don't, not needing a piece that big. Let's maybe do beauty. What I'm not wanting to happen is everything to stick to my fingers. That gets so annoying. But when I get the slightest little bit of 3-in-1 on my nail, I really just need to stick these in acetone, which I don't have. And right now I am without a working vehicle. So please do not judge my hands, okay? Because I will have people make comments that it's pretty uncalled for. So I really don't need anybody to state the obvious. It's already a struggle over here. So I thought I had frayed that some. I really want to use Smile as well. The index cards that I made for this journal are so pretty. So one of them says she was a stone in rough seas. Or rough, it says seas, but I'm thinking it should probably say waters. That would have been pretty. And it says, thankful for the big things, the small things, and the in-between things. Just those things that we need to be reminded of. Because sometimes when we're going through the thick of it, we need that. And if we aren't surrounded by people who are constantly speaking those life things into us, I mean, it's easy to focus on the waters around you and not be reminded, you know, that you are not the storm that you're going through. And the best view is after the hardest climb. So I don't know who needed to hear that today besides myself, but pick that up, okay? Pick that up and claim that. Let it sink in. If you don't believe it, say it until you do. Our mind is a very powerful place. I'm not that woo-woo person. Trust and believe, or I would totally be healed right now. I'm not woo-woo like that, but I do believe that our mind can change the course of our attitudes, which can change the course of our perception. And I mean, let's just be real. I mean, it can cause illness, quite a bit of illness. I'm wanting this on here somewhere. I'm just loving this corrugated cardboard right now. I think that it's offering that texture, that vintagey vibe that I'm looking for. What's not working for me is that cheesecloth is too I'm just needing just a little of you somewhere. Little music sheet. That cheesecloth was not working there. I'm gonna need this one here. It's too blunt though. Oh, we're gonna try. Maybe we can get this to kind of poke here for us. I keep trying to make this piece of cheesecloth work. I need just something bigger up underneath there. Then I promise you I'm going to move on because I don't want to make clusters all day long. I want to make up some folios for some bundles, do some printing, work a little bit more in this journal, but I'm going to need to get up and try to get my body moving. I definitely do like that. I'm wondering if I want like a little piece of purple somewhere. No, I'm just gonna glue this together, or sew this together. Didn't really want any of the purple lace there. Again, once I decide where it goes, it might get another layer of something underneath it, but you have a cute little cluster like that. So let's kind of look and see what we have made so far. Trying not to mix up my... That's a paper clip already. So we have these little clusters. Really digging that corrugated cardboard. That's pretty with that pop of pink. This one's super pretty. And we have the two paper clips that are started. You know, it's just super helpful to have these on hand. Oops. I have these little paper flowers. You know, you could come here with these paper flowers and use those as embellishments on them as well. I'm just going to go ahead and put all of those in there. Let's maybe try to work on a few more. So I do like to fray this fabric. Number one, I like the way that it looks, and number two, that way you can tell it's fabric. It's kind of cute down there. of this, and I don't want to lose my music sheet in order to do my corrugated cardboard, so let's go with that. No, that seems kind of pointless. Now we can come in with our layers of cheesecloth. We have these lace pieces right here too that I want to use up, so I may or may not use that piece there actually, because I'm definitely feeling more cheesecloth for that more tattered look that I'm trying to go for. It's curling up and it's bothering me because it's not, when I start to sew it, it's not going to sew like as flat. It might bunch up and I don't want that. That's pretty. I'm going to go ahead and sew that piece down behind it. So these are pretty neutral with the exception of now I'm sewing purple. So if you wanted to keep these completely neutral, glue them together or do black or brown sewing. That's how I would typically do them. But since I am making this custom for a journal that I'm working on, I know I want the purple stitching. Okay, so we have another one. I really, really am liking the corrugated cardboard at the bottom, or you know, in there. And I struggle with using corrugated cardboard, so I'm really, really happy with these. Like, very happy with those. Oh. Sorry, that container just fell. Let's do another one. Let's do laugh. And some of these are just going to go directly onto pages that I'm needing something for. They are good to go, to have made up to go directly on a pocket or a tag. Let's maybe try to use some of our purple paper. I do like that. Let's take some of our cheesecloth. Start layering some of that. Didn't mean for it to cut this way, but we're just gonna try to see how we can make it work. Okay, I like that. Trying to hold this fabric down as flat as possible, but I felt like there it kind of buckled up some. No, it's sewed down flat, so that's good. I didn't get right on that, so what I'm going to do is come here with a straight stitch. Bring it all the way around on this one. Okay. I feel like this is going to be the last one that we are going to work on together, although I could just sit here and kind of mass make these, so it's kind of a little mini mass making Monday. I'm kind of going to continue on, so I have these already here. This blessed one is already frayed. I love music sheets. Like a lot. Really wanting something different. This is just some parchment paper. If I use this, great. If not, that's fine. But I'm just feeling something different on that. I really want some more corrugated cardboard. I have some, of my straw paper. I just don't necessarily like the way that that tears, and I can do other things with that because it's a pretty big piece. I was really kind of trying to save these for my journal topper. I only have a few pieces left. Just taking off that back piece. That edge is really blunt, and I didn't want to lose a lot of it. Definitely wanting some of that though. Okay, I'm probably gonna ditch the parchment paper on this because you're not really able to see it anyway. Unless I plop it underneath this. And this is glassine, actually, not parchment. Do you need some more cheesecloth? I've kind of veered away from that purple lace. It's a little too thick for me right now on these. I might try to pull some in, and I really kind of want to do another pink and purple one. I don't necessarily really like the way that those are cutting, or you know, the way that I'm cutting them. I need a bigger piece of cheesecloth there. I'm sorry, guys. I know that y'all are like, please, woman, for the love of Pete. I do like the way that glassine looks underneath that. So I'm keeping that for sure. I was hoping to have a big enough piece of the tea stain cheesecloth right here. Better. It adds so much texture and dimension with that corrugated cardboard. So that's not really going to go down where I want it. Just had to kind of shift that over. Probably do an embellishment or something there. Then you have another one. So super cute. can be very easy if you don't overthink it. You know, got our paper clips, but then these are the little clusters that we have made up. Use that piece because it's I lose so much of that corrugated cardboard when I do that though. It's not really offering me anything there. I'm going to focus on this little part here. I feel like we might want to try some purple and some pink on this. Let's just see. Again, not really sure how I'm going to feel about the purple and the thickness of it. That's cute, but I'm really feeling like I want some pink. Somewhere. I'm gonna glue it down. Or not glue it, sew it. Oh, I was trying for my thread to not come undone. I don't know how I feel about that purple. This will be the last one so I can clean my little area. My finger's stuck on the needle. Oh, I just messed up that stitching. Wasn't paying attention to how it was. Oh, it looks fine though. Let's just see. I wasn't paying attention to how it was there underneath the... I need to cut some of that off. It's just too... I'm just wanting a pop of it. That was just too much for me. I'm gonna keep that. Keep those little bits. So then you have one like that. So I hope that you guys were inspired to maybe use up your scraps and make something beautiful. I am going to, let me just give me a second, maybe bring my journal over here and show you. The way, I mean, these would look lovely on a journal cover. If you just, if it's already kind of, if you have a journal topper and you're just putting, you know, something on your journal topper, one that's obviously a little bit bigger. I haven't put laces or anything on these pages yet. So those are the little, looking to see, oh, maybe right here. That's pretty, with the corrugated cardboard. I'm going to glue this one down and then maybe do some sort of little embellishment. I need to go through my buttons. I'm not going to put an embellishment right now unless I see something that I want to put on it that's not going to cause a lot of bulking. I do have some of these little rosette flowers, but I was saving them for clusters. I think I have like one purple, like dark purple bow. I'm trying to get some of my glue out. I'm also not going to fight my 3-in-1 right now. I need to get a little cup over here and store it upside down. What I do want though is a doily piece there. So when I start creating, it's like I can't stop. I do want to finish that up. And then I promise it'll be the last thing. If I've lost you already, sorry. And if you're still here with me, hit like, subscribe, and comment so that I know that you're here. Thank you, thank you, thank you for tuning in. These aren't necessarily, it's not necessarily the doily that I wanted, but Probably going to be putting some lace or a snippet or something there. A ruffle, maybe even ruffled tulle. I need to go through and make some page tabs. But then, you know, you can just plop it onto a page like that. And it doesn't cause a lot of bulking. Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this. Please find me on Facebook, hit like, subscribe, and comment so that I know that you're here and you create what brings your heart joy. May you have a very blessed week full of creative wonder, and may you be blessed wherever you go and focus on the beauty that is around you and grow from within. Be blessed. Bye for now.